2020 has been anything but a normal real estate market. What do you do when you're preparing your home for a normal spring market and suddenly the market shifts? That's next on Selling DC. I'm JP Montalvan, your sales, service, and success advisor. Thanks for tuning in. Remember to like, subscribe, and follow. Like so that we know that this episode helped you. Subscribe so that we can stay in touch and provide you more information, news that you can use, and stories of people just like you who are looking to buy, sell, invest, or just have a great life. And if we can help you or you'd like to be featured on Selling DC, visit us at jpsellingdc.com. In February of 2020, Lisa and Harvey reached out to my team and I for help. They were retiring and had just bought a great home in South Carolina. This is the story of how we helped them sell their home in the great Woodside neighborhood of Silver Spring. What we started to do in terms of preparing the home for sale, what made it a great home, and how we adapted and adjusted to the shifting market that was spring of 2020. What strategies can you use if you're selling your home and you're facing a shifting market? We'll share more and that next. We met with Lisa and Harvey at the start to discuss home prep and price strategy. And with the home now sold, we caught up with Lisa via video conference to check in and look back at the sale.
Thanks for being on, and wanted to talk about your experience. Share everybody where you are.
So we're in a town called Travelers Rest in the foothills of the Blue Ridge. We upsized significantly, and that's kind of the scary part. We have 10 acres and 4,500 square feet, so we're quite a bit upsized from where we were.
That's fantastic. Good. And how does that feel? You're going from Silver Spring and the Colonial that you have, and I imagine your current home is more contemporary.
Oh, it's it's super contemporary. It's not what I envisioned myself getting, but it takes advantage of the views that we have, our full wall of windows, and taking advantage of our location for sure.
Fantastic.
So that's what we get. So it's much more open, and in theory we had 4 bedrooms there, and we have 4 bedrooms here, but it feels very different.
Absolutely. So we started several months ago, right? We started in the spring of 2020 to help you sell your Silver Spring home and get it prepared and ready for sale. And so share a little bit about it. I know it seems like a while ago, but share a little bit about that experience.
Having done home sales multiple times before, this was the most interesting one. I think it was the most notice I had that we were selling, and then the craziest market period I've ever experienced. There were a lot more decisions to make than would have normally been anticipated with the market closing, and how to rethink what you're going to do with a house on the market if people can't get in to see it. But I think that we were really relieved to get someone in quickly and who looked at the place. I think the strategy as far as timing of the market and pricing to a point where we had a good deal, I think, for what we were selling.
We're here in the Woodside Park neighborhood of Silver Spring, a fantastic neighborhood to help Lisa and Harvey make their move to South Carolina. We're going to see the home in its preparation stage, what we need to do to get it ready for market, and then we'll see the home all ready to go. Hey there. Hey, how are you? Nice to see you. What's happening? Hey there, Trevor.
Come on back,
how are you, buddy?
So gas log fireplace. This originally was an entryway kind of about that size right here. This was kind of the living room and dining room. And there was a door right behind you into the kitchen, which is gone.
Right. Love it. It's a great mix of open and classic.
So this was a living area. And oh, we added the ceiling fans too, but the
Yeah.
chandelier we added,
Sure.
and then we opened this up. So this used to be the kitchen, was when they did the addition, which
Yeah.
that's the original back wall.
Right.
This was a living area and the kitchen.
The proportions of this are perfect. I mean, you've got, I see islands proportioned so incorrectly, right? And so here it's big enough that you can set up seating here and stools here, and it's still great for cooking, right, on this side. So it's fantastic.
This was the doorway to the dining room, and that's
Oh, yeah.
So
That's great.
it just has the
Yep, has the pull-out drawers, which is fantastic. Yeah.
So all the way up, and then these
That's
drawers, and
Great.
then trash can,
oh, nice.
and
That's full size. That's great.
2 more drawers.
Yep. Fantastic. So now, one question that I had, Nina, is does it make sense to move this into here and to set this up as a family room versus the flip? And so, and the reason being is because a lot of people like family room off the kitchen, right?
Right.
So, thoughts on that?
I think that would be a better move. To make this the dining and then have this as like, you know, a seating area.
And do you want me to leave the bed where it is or flip it?
That's fine.
Okay.
That's fine.
So we'll put this into that room.
Perfect.
Okay.
That'll be perfect because that'll just open the flow, and then we can use that as part of the staging of the other room.
I think it's going to sit a little bit awkward, even if it's over in front of the window a little. I mean, without a headboard, that's still allowing the light to flow through. Without it,
Without blocking the
without
door.
blocking when you first come in.
Okay.
So, and then that dresser can just go right here.
Okay.
If we can,
There's a feng shui principle that the bed should always face the door, and what that does is just creates flow, right? And so even if you're not a feng shui practitioner, then it makes a room feel open, safe, comfortable.
I'll be getting that over to you tomorrow.
That'd be great.
And then, okay.
Terrific.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, Nina.
No problem at all.
Not only are the comparable sales selling in less than 10 days, but 10 days is the magic number. We want to sell the home in less than 10 days because after day 10, the showings tend to drop. So we price to sell in 10 days. That's the goal. Once you're out, we've got it.
Helped a lot to get it moving in difficult times, I guess.
Yes, absolutely. As we were preparing for market, it was a normal market. We were preparing for a normal spring market, right? You were working on the home. We had the stager come in, help you with some buttoning up. The place looked great. You and Harvey dove into getting everything that needed to get done. In fact, when we came, you were well on your way, which is fantastic. And then all of a sudden, we had this event. In fact, as we were coming to market, the governor of Maryland hit the pause button for real estate. And so that's what we were working through. What we were leading up to was private market, being able to have those people in the pipeline seeing the home help to reduce the uncertainty, right? We weren't on the public market, but we had already started pre-market showing, and that helped.
Right, and just having had some feedback from people going through and being able to get at least some people with eyes on, it was helpful to have that pre-market period and also determine where to go next when there's the uncertainty in front.
what advice would you give? Is there a tip or two that you might give someone else who is going through, because we're going to see this for a while, right? What we're facing right now is not something that's going away anytime soon. So what would you share? What did you learn? Anything that you think might help someone?
I think the biggest thing is being flexible and seeing where you are and taking where we are today in the market and into consideration, not what your aspirations would have been 6 months ago or potentially 6 months from now, and just including that in your mind as far as pricing and your flexibility.
The market at any given point in time is what the market is right at that point. It's not what it was 3 months ago or 6 months ago. It's take into account what's happening right then and make the best decision you can. Well, Connie and I are so happy to have helped you make the transition. We know that it was not you. Your transition was definitely not at the easiest of times, right? And this year is not going to go down as being one of the easiest times to make any type of transition. But we weathered it. We got through it.
And we got
you sold. We got you sold quick. And now you can enjoy your life in South Carolina.
All right, we can. It was great having your team with us through those very difficult times, as we were, especially when we're doing it remotely. We're already, 8 hours away, and having somebody who can keep the pulse on the every 5-minute changes was critical, I think, to a successful transition. So we really appreciate it.
Oh, it's our pleasure.
As we share with Lisa and Harvey during the process, we don't take a job expecting easy. We take a job to help and get it done, to give them a great result. And that's exactly what we did, even with a shifting market and having to adapt strategies based on what was happening in the spring of 2020. What did you learn? What questions do you have as it relates to your sell, or just as it relates to the real estate process? Comment below. We'd love to help. Remember to like, subscribe, and follow. Like so that we know that this episode helped you. Subscribe so that we can stay in touch and provide you with news that you can use, whether you're buying, selling, investing, or just want to have a great life. And if we can help you here in the DC, Maryland, or Virginia area, or introduce you to a great agent across the country, visit us at jpsellingdc.com. I'm JP Montalvan. See you next time on Selling DC.